You must have seen the news about how Harvard and Stanford MBA placements hit their lowest rates this year in last 5 years. Basically, Harvard grads used to see 96 to 97% placements, but last year only 86% of the class got placed by December. Same is the situation in top business schools in India, including the IIMs. So this begs the question, is MBA dream over? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about the value of MBA these days. Now in 2000, everybody wanted to do an MBA and get into finance. In 2010, everybody wanted to learn coding and get into tech. In 2020, everybody wanted to quit their jobs and become a YouTuber. And in 2024, everybody wants to get into generative AI. I think the value of MBA as a course peaked in early 2000s because it was the surest way to get the highest paying jobs back then. Flying business classes, drinking expensive wines, and hosting parties in their big houses in Hamptons, people in banking and consulting had the most glamorous lives, and everybody else wanted to chase that dream. And if you wanted to get into banking and consulting, you had to do an MBA. But then tech startups came and burst their bubble. Then the YouTube wave came, and now we are living in the world of AI. Point is, things are changing so fast, and MBA, which was a safe option, is not safe anymore. I myself had never been a fan of MBA. I did it only when I knew what I wanted from it. But when I did it for the right reasons, it gave me tremendous growth. I've already talked about my MBA journey in this video. Do check it out if you haven't. So, what's my opinion on MBA these days? Should you do it or not? Without further ado, here's what I think. First, I'm going to talk about two scenarios in which MBA makes no sense to me. First scenario is paying full fee for a non-top 30 MBA program. Now remember, I'm talking about global MBA programs here. So let's say I'm talking about top 30 MBA programs all around the world. Now, if you have to pay full tuition and you do not have a good enough profile to get into the top 30 MBA programs, then I don't think MBA makes sense. Honestly, tier 2, 3 and lower ranked MBA programs may not make sense anymore. Graduating from IIMs or ISBs or INSEADs of the world is still fine, but there's an oversupply of MBA grads from smaller B schools and they are not getting jobs. I mean, we have seen that even people from top business programs are having difficulty finding a job these days. So imagine the situation in those lower ranked colleges. There are just too many MBA graduates, and prestigious jobs that can pay you 15 to 20 lakh are only so many. The competition is so fierce that you don't have good job security even if you graduate from a top 50 B school. So should you drop your MBA plan if you cannot get into a top B school? The only exception to this is if you are getting a scholarship from a medium ranked B school, you can consider it. For example, I had a client this year who got into Johns Hopkins MBA program with a $120,000 scholarship. Now she has to pay only $20,000 or so for her MBA. So it's okay to do because she is not going to spend as much. But imagine if she was to pay the full fee for it, will it make sense? Probably not, because you are leaving your salaried job, which means 2 years of opportunity cost is there, and on top you are paying at least $100,000 in MBA tuition fee. Then the option may not look so attractive anymore. So what I want you to do is calculate if the ROI makes sense or not for your target MBA program. By the way, if you want me to cover a video on how this client got these admits and scholarship, let me know and I will create a video on it. Now, number 2, the scenario where you should not do an MBA is if you want to start your own venture. Frankly, no one can teach you entrepreneurship, and B school is quite expensive just to do it for networking. You don't need an MBA to start your own venture. You should rather spend that money on validating your ideas and investing in your business. Doing an MBA can put you in debt and may damage your risk appetite. You will learn more by doing rather than sitting in the classroom. Now let's look into the scenarios where it is wise to do an MBA. In fact, you must do an MBA if you fall into these 4 categories. Number 1 is you want to get into investment banking, sales and trading, venture capital or management consulting kind of industries. These industries love MBA. In fact, it is very hard to get into these without an MBA degree. Second scenario is you want to work in a general management, product management, or finance or sales kind of role and work with global giants like GE, Accenture, L'Oreal, Microsoft, etc. in their management trainee programs. These are prestigious rotation programs where you get to taste different departments and teams in these companies as they groom you for leadership roles. Great leaders often hail from such programs. MBA from a top school can help you get into these trainee programs, and I think they are highly worth it. Third scenario is you want to switch careers and you cannot directly do so. Let's imagine you are not liking your current industry or role anymore and you want to reboot your career. MBA is one of the proven ways to switch career streams. This is why engineers, lawyers, etc. do it to switch to finance, corporate finance, strategy and management roles, and non-techies do it to switch to product management, for example. Let me repeat. Top employers look to recruit for these roles from top B schools only. If you can get into those and afford them, nothing like it. And fourth scenario is you want fast track promotions. According to this US News article, MBA degree directly correlates with higher salaries and faster promotions. And this is not surprising. You need certain soft skills to be considered leadership material in corporations. For example, you need to get better at difficult conversations, negotiation, project management, and it is these very skills that B schools teach you via projects, courses, internships, and course assignments. So somebody attending these good B schools gets better in those areas which are highly valued by the executives in these big MNCs. And when the time comes to promote people, they would always value someone with an MBA degree from a credible school. So if you're someone who does everything correctly and is still feeling stalled in your career, maybe MBA is that missing link which can help boost your career growth. So those were the 4 scenarios in which I think MBA still makes a lot of sense. To summarize, either do an MBA on scholarship or do it from a top 30 MBA program worldwide. And the best reasons why you should invest in an MBA is that you want to work in MBA friendly industries such as investment banking, hedge funds, management consulting, venture capital, etc. Or you want to work in MBA friendly roles such as product management, strategy, or you want to switch careers and you cannot directly do so, or you are not getting promoted despite working hard. That's it. But if your reasons are other than this, you may want to think long and hard whether you should invest into an MBA or not. You may still do it because you feel deeply motivated to do so, but all I'm saying is that MBA is not the goose that lays golden eggs anymore. It comes with its own debt and burden. Make sure you calculate your ROI and you're doing it for the right reasons. I have not talked about or compared an Indian MBA versus a global MBA, but if you want me to do so in a future video, let me know in the comment box below. So that's it from my side, guys. What do you think about this topic? Do you have any MBA plans? How are you thinking about it? Let me know in the comment box below, and I will see you guys next week with a fresh new video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.